I guess since this is a talk on the media and government, I guess the first place to start really is the intersection of where the media and those of us who work on the governmental side really sort of connects. And it's not as, everyone who's seen The West Wing or any political drama, you have these visions of what it's like to be the press secretary and running around. It's really not like that. It's not adversarial as it sometimes is shown in popular media, I should say. In many ways, one of the mantras that you work through is that the media, you need them as much as they need you. The media needs you to help get them their story and make sure that I can, when I'm in the assembly and a reporter calls me, that I can get them contact to whoever it is they want to talk to finish out their story, or I can get them the backing information they need, or if it's a more contentious story, that I can give them the defense lines that they need to fill out the story. And on the other hand, I need them because if it weren't for the media, what's the point of having anyone in this position to actually get the story out to the general public and therefore to the voters? It's a real give and take of everyone guiding each other. I help them guide their stories, find them who they need. They, in turn, keep me honest. One of the things that has always irked me is when people refer to what I do as spin. And it's a word that I think is often ill-used and ill-advised. I hate spin because to me spin is what you do when you know you've lost or you know you're wrong, which I think on a good face anyway. Or if someone my way of dealing with the media has always been tell the truth as much as I know it. I hate anyone thinking that I'm trying to take my facts and then distort them as I please, which is really what I consider spin. I think George Wheeler once used that, that the art of spin is taking your facts and distorting them. For me, there's a delicate balance, especially in my line of work, and for anyone who knows New Jersey politics and knows that on my side of the aisle, unfortunately we've had some members who have kind of gone astray at times with the legal system. There's a fine art in the no comment or the I don't know. Mike McCurry, who was Bill Clinton's press secretary, I think put it best, where he was the press secretary for the president during the whole impeachment situation. And this is a lesson. When I read this, I figured this is really the way that I decided that I wanted to run my career as well, which is he was asked if he ever had to lie to the media about what he knew about what the president had done. And he said no, because I always made sure that I was never part of those meetings. So that I could always say to a reporter with a straight face, I don't know what's been discussed, or I don't know what's going to be done. And I'm not lying. Because your credibility, in this line of work, your credibility is all you have. If I blow my credibility with one reporter, I'm never going to get back. And that's one thing, especially in such a tight-knit press corps as New Jersey has, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, and how it's even getting tighter knit. I don't think anyone here has to be told that the newspapers are getting smaller and thinner and just not and not what they were even 5 or 10 years ago. But for me, that's always been my way of doing things. I would rather not know information and be able to tell a reporter with a straight face, I really don't know, but I can look into it, than actually have to look at them and say, I don't know, when I know that I do know. Because I don't want to do anything that's going to destroy my credibility if it comes back to me. There's another great mantra that I work with, and this is one that my old boss in the assembly, a gentleman named Joe Donnelly, who was a longtime reporter for the Bergen Record before he went to the Assembly Democratic office, taught me. And it's never pick fights with people who buy ink by the barrel. And even though that may be now changing to never pick fights with people who have cheap bandwidth, since we're now pretty much moving into the online realm of everything. But it's still something very true. There's certainly an adversarial nature between spokesman and reporter. It's always going to be that. It doesn't have to be nasty adversarial, but it can be friendly adversarial, where they're trying to get information from you. I'm trying to just give them the information that I think they really should have, and that's about it. But once you get to that realm where you start actually having real loggerheads with a reporter, it's not going to bode well, because they have the power of the pen, and in the case of a paper like the Star Ledger, a readership of 250,000 people every day, and the ink to stand behind it, whereas I can only hope that my words are going to end up in the paper. So it's, as I said, it doesn't always have to be adversarial, but you got to pick your fights. And even when you're picking your fights, you got to do them in a very nice way.